I'm Mayor Sean Reardon, and welcome back to the Mayor's Corner. Week 2. So we did it. We're back for another episode. We had a really great response from the first week. Hopefully these will get better as we go. And hopefully you're going to take the time to listen and learn. And I think it's going to be a great way to really get a lot of great information out to the community each and every week. So what are we going to talk about this week? And I'll be honest, I have had a very busy day and a very busy week. So, it was tough, picking what exactly we should be talking about on week 2 here. So let's start with COVID. We're still in the middle of the pandemic. I did have an update from Anna Jake's Hospital this week, and it was actually filled with a lot of good news. We are trending, I think, in a much better direction. COVID patients up at Anna Jake's was at 30 2 weeks ago, and now we're down to 17. The state positivity rate is down to 13%, and it was up to as high as 22% 2 weeks ago. So again, we're getting there. We're trending in the right direction. We're not quite there yet. So again, we're going to keep up the mask mandate indoors for the next few weeks, and we're going to reevaluate that when we have better information. But right now, it's just the easiest thing we can do to help stop the spread of this Omicron virus. Again, our hospitals are still working very hard. The staffing is improving. But they're working as hard as they can, and I send a lot of support and a lot of good wishes out to them to keep doing the great job that they're doing for us. And that's our COVID update. Schools really has stayed pretty solid. They haven't trended in either direction. They're not having a ton of people out right now. That seems to be getting a little bit better. But next week, when the medical advisory team meets, I'll be able to give you a little bit more of a solid update around where our school's at with COVID right now. Last night I had a pretty cool thing happen to me. I got to go to my first State of the Commonwealth event. It took place in Boston at the Heinz Convention Center. This was Governor Baker's last, so this was his 8th State of the Commonwealth. And all the mayors get invited to go, so this was my first one. Of course, I was the first one there because I was very eager. So I took the drive into Boston and found my seat. It was really, and again, if you can check out on my Facebook page and see some of the pictures from that event, but it was really special to be there. I don't know if you were able to watch it on TV, but I will say in 8 years, Governor Baker really got a lot of things accomplished here for our state. And what I really like about him is, one, he's very relatable, and he's just so smart, and he can really weave together a lot of different, besides facts and information out to the public, but he really, I think can relate to people, which is what I really like about Governor Baker. So I was a little starstruck being there, to be honest. I was able to pick my seat, and I had Michelle Wu sitting kind of near me at one point, and Bob Kraft was about 5 feet away from me. He must have been an invited guest of the governor, and I actually really enjoyed meeting some of the other mayors that I haven't been able to meet yet. Kim Driscoll from Salem, who I've had some phone conversations with, but I got to meet her. She actually took me around to meet some of the other mayors. Kim Driscoll now is running for lieutenant governor this year. So, and she, from all I hear, is just positive things about Mayor Driscoll and what she's done in Salem. So she's really been a tremendous resource for me so far in my first few weeks here in the mayor's office. But it was just a really cool event. And I will say, just to mention one thing about Governor Baker's speech, towards the end, he brought it all back to communication and collaboration and transparency and working with cities. And I'll just repeat the quote. And again, this is, I think, going to be really a hallmark of my administration, but collaboration is how difficult things get done. So moving forward, whatever the project is or whatever we're trying to do here in the city, whether it's, the bulkhead project on the waterfront or finding a home for NYS or our Parks Department, we're going to have to work together, whether it be my administration, the other departments in town, or our city council, and we're going to have to collaborate, and we're going to have to work together to come to solutions on a lot of these problems. And I really loved how Governor Baker finished his address last night with that. That's how you do it, collaboration. What else is going on? So tomorrow, finally, my chief of staff starts. So I'm 3 weeks in. I would have liked to have gotten this person started a little sooner, but it is what it is, and I'm really excited that Andrew Levine is starting tomorrow. I think I mentioned last week that Andrew's coming to us from the town of Billerica, where he was the assistant town manager. Andrew brings a really, impressive resume for such, pretty early in his career. I'm excited what he's going to bring to the table. I think he has a wonderful set of skills, and I think he's really going to give us a real great perspective on some of the unique problems that we have here in Newburyport. Plus, really great ideas around some of the great opportunities we have here in Newburyport too, which is unique to us. Whether it be Waterfront West or our Market Landing Park or how do we work with our businesses here in town better. I think Andrew's going to bring a really great perspective around all that. And so he starts tomorrow, so I'm really excited. So maybe next week we'll get a sneak peek of Andrew on camera for you, and you can get to meet him firsthand, because I think that would be really great. So I'm really excited for that. He's going to be a great addition to the team. So another thing that's happening this week is we have a big storm coming this weekend. So we don't exactly know what we're going to get yet. If we're getting what they're saying right now, it's going to be a pretty significant storm. So we're already meeting with all the department heads here in Newburyport, all of our emergency personnel. We have many meetings set up in the next few days. So there's two things going on here. How does the storm affect the entire city? We'll be coming out with information, I think, Friday morning. With you on that, because by then we'll have a pretty good idea of what that storm's going to look like on Saturday. And then there's also the issue of Plum Island, who really, had a very difficult time with the storm a few weeks ago. So how can we help Plum Island and the residents prepare for what's in store for them this weekend? So I've been reaching out to residents on Plum Island, and I can tell you here, we've got meetings set up today, tomorrow, and also on Friday, where we'll be constantly talking about plans for Plum Island, and we're going to get that information out to you. I've already said I'll go door to door if I have to in the affected areas that we're worried about. But we're all meeting, we're getting all the correct information, and then we're going to push that information out to you. But it sounds like it's going to be a really big storm. We're talking 12 plus inches of snow. We're talking about heavy winds and high tides. So it's just something to think about, plan ahead. Go get that milk and bread like everyone does. Market basket will be bare in a couple of days. But again, I'm just more concerned with communicating with the public, getting out the right information, and again, just so you know, we are meeting behind the scenes here and trying to make some plans to keep everybody safe. So stay tuned for that. More information will be coming out on Friday. So another thing I want to mention, I have open office hours hopefully coming your way very soon. I'm just trying to get the rest of my staff on board. This is something I talked about quite a bit during the campaign. A lot of the things I ran on were communication and process and transparency. And I think just having that open door policy with the public is just a way to keep those lines of communication open. So the idea is maybe a couple times a month we'll have open office hours where you can come in. It's just my way to kind of open my doors to the public and hear from them on a regular basis. I think we have so much expertise here in town on a variety of issues, and so I want to harness that energy and those creative ideas any way I can, because I think we all can contribute to make a better Newburyport. So when we're ready to release what those office hours look like, there's going to be a couple ways that you're going to be able to see it. We're going to push it out through a citywide email. We're going to push it out on our social media. So there's a City of Newburyport Facebook page. There's also a Mayor Sean Reardon Facebook page, and you're going to be able to see those there. And then we'll also push it out through Instagram and Twitter. So keep your eyes open for that. We're going to continue to try to build our email list for the city, so we can push out this information on a regular basis. And so if you haven't signed up for our citywide emails, go to cityofnewburyport.com, and then you can sign up there. And this will actually feed into a project I want to start out pretty early here in the next couple of weeks. I have some conversations set up around revamping our website. And so this will be a way for residents to hopefully access information in a better way, but then also that we'll be able to push out information in a better way through our website, and then also through our emails and social media. And it'll all be coordinated. And that's another thing I talked about quite a bit during the campaign. And it's something that I think we can do right now, and it's going to make everyone's life a little better. Okay? And that's episode 2 of the Mayor's Corner. Again, stay tuned for our updates, particularly about the storm this weekend. I'll have more information out on Friday. I'm sorry I don't have information for you right now. We're going to take these next 3 days to make some plans and then release that information Friday morning when we have a better idea of what that storm looks like. But again, stay safe this weekend. Again, continue to wear your mask when you're outside. It's really cold out there. So again, check on your neighbors. Make sure that they're okay too as we get kind of through this rough part of the winter. And I hope to see you soon for the next Mayor's Corner. Thank you.